Hello and welcome to Lead. In the series of Company Act, till in previous two parts, we have covered the basics of company, its characteristic and different types of company, and conversion of company. Before starting part 3, I would like to apologize for the factual mistake done in the part 2, question number 21. What is the maximum shareholder of the private company? Option A 50, option B 100, option C 2, option D 200 and option E 7. The answer of this question will be D 200. The maximum shareholder of private company will be 200 and minimum will be 2. It is just like the member of company. Like a maximum shareholder of the public company will be unlimited. So let's start part 3 with the question number 41. An individual or group of people who initiated an idea to create a company is called option A shareholder, option B promoter, option C director, option D member and option E registrar. The answer of this question will be B promoter. Few facts about the promoter. The first, he initiate to create a company. Second, he act as the first director of company. Third, he create memorandum of association plus article of association with the help of chartered accountant. And the fourth, his name will be mentioned in the prospectus. The next question is, which of the following statement is correct regarding promoters? Option A, collect people to sign MOA and AOA and agree to act as a first director of company. Option B, can't be allowed to make any secret profit from company. If found, then must return full profit to company. Option C, right to receive preliminary expenses and remuneration for their service proportional money from promoters. Option D, the promoter are not allowed to gain profit to sell own property unless all material and fact are disclosed. Option E, all of these statements are true. In this question, the characteristic of promoters are explained. We have to find which is the correct character. So let's check one by one. Promoter collect people to sign MOA and AOA and agree to act as the first director of company. Yes, this is true because the first thing, he act as the first director. Second, he create memorandum of association and article of association and act as the first director. Option B, can't be allowed to make any secret profit from company. If found, then must return full profit to company. Actually, the company is a group initiative, so no individual will use their infrastructure to make their personal profit. If it does so, then he must have to return all profit to company. Option C, right to receive preliminary expenses, remuneration for their service, proportional money from co-promoter. This is true. If promoter will invest, then he get proportional money in the form of dividend. If he works as a officer, then he will get remuneration. And if he expenses before starting company, he will get a preliminary expenses after getting return to the company. Option D, the promoter are not allowed to gain profit to sell own property unless all material and fact are disclosed. Since the company is a group initiative, so no individual will sell their investment or its infrastructure before submission of the all partners. So all of the statements are true. The answer of this question will be D. The next question is, which of the following is the main objective of Section 8 company? Option A, profit. Option B, non-profit. Option C, monopoly. Option D, market research. And option E, none. Section 8 company is a new type of company first time introduced in the Company Act 2013. So till now we know that the profit is the prime objective of the company, but a Section 8 company has the prime objective is non-profit. So these type of company promote commerce, art, science, sports, education, research and development, social welfare, religion, charity, protection of environment. This type of company get fund by their earning, because their earning won't be repaid in the form of dividend. It will totally divested in the objective of the company, and this type of company will take suffix as a club, federation, association, chamber and foundation. The next question will be, who will give permission to open Section 8 company? Option A, central government. Option B, state government. Option C, registrar of company. Option D, Security Exchange Board of India. And option E, none. Since Section 8 company is a special company, so it get the primary approval by the central government of India, and after his approval he will get register before registrar of company. The option of this question will be A. The next question is 45. During incorporation of Section 8 company, a declaration is given out estimated income and expenditure of company. How much long will be that estimation? Option A, 1 year. Option B, 2 year. Option C, 3 year. Option D, 6 months. And option E, 18 months. So before starting a company, a declaration must have to give in before the registrar of company when we are going to start a Section 8 company, and the declaration declared that about the estimated income and expenditure of company for 3 years. The answer of the question will be C. Question number 46. Which of the following is the process to revoke license of Section 8 company? Question. Option A, if contravene any of the requirement of Section 8. Option B, if contravene condition of Section 8. Option C, fraudulent, violates or do any wrongdoing against public interest. Option D, only A and C. Option E, all A, B and C. The first thing, who will revoke the license? The answer is central government. And what is the condition to revoke the license of Section 8? The answer will be, if central government found that there is no requirement of Section 8 company, then it will revoke its license. The second condition is, if central government found the present company act against the contravene of its condition and objectives, then it will revoke its license. And the third condition is, if central government found any fraud or act against the public interest, then it will revoke the license of Section 8 company. The answer of this question will be option E, A, B and C. The next question is, who does take action against Section 8 company if it will be the found guilty? Option A, central government. Option B, state government. Option C, registrar of company. Option D, NCLT. And option E, either A or B. So central government give license and central government will revoke its license. The answer of this question will be A. The next question is, which of the following statement is correct regarding Section 8 company? Option A, Section 8 company can call its general meeting by giving a notice of 21 days. Option B, only one director is needed. Option C, no need to constitute any committee like remuneration or nomination. Option D, A and B are correct. Option E, all A, B and C are correct. In this question, the character of the Company Act is explained. We have to find which is the correct. The first, Section 8 company can call its general meeting by giving a notice of 21 days. It is not true, because in Section 8 company meeting, general meeting and notice period is 14 days, not 21 days. The second is, there is no need to constitute any committee like remuneration or nomination, because all the dividend will be divested in the objective group of the company. And the third is, required a minimum number of, no need to constitute any committee like remuneration or nomination. This is true. Only one director is needed. No, because there is no limit of director, or no limit of director. So option B is wrong. And option A, Section 8 company can call its general meeting by giving a notice of 14 days, not a 21 days. The answer of this question will be C. We have to find the correct. So only C is correct. The next question is, what is the full form of OPC? One product company, one open product company, one person company. Option D, over product company, and option E, all of the above. Since Section 8 company, OPC is the first time introduced in the company in 2013, and its full form is one person company. It contains only one member and one nominee, and both must have not be minors. The next question is, which of the following is not the eligibility to become member or nominee in one person company? They must be natural person but don't be minor. Option B, they must be a resident of India and living here since last 182 days. Option C, a person can be member of two OPC. Option D, A and B are true. Option E, all A, B and C are true. In this question, to become a member or nominee, the eligibility is explained. We have to find which is not the correct eligibility. Let's one by one. They must be a natural person but don't be a minor. So what is natural person? He must be alive, and don't be minor means their age will be more than 18 years. So option A is correct. Option B says they must be a resident of India and living here since last 182 days. This is the factual and this is absolutely true. Option C, a person can be member of two OPC. No, this is wrong. No person can be a member of two OPC. One person, one OPC. So this is the incorrect, and it will be the right option for the question number 50. The next question will be 51. Which of the following section of Company Act 2013 introduced OPC? Option A, Section 2, Article 62. Option B, Section 2, Article 63. Option C, Section 2, Article 64. Option D, Section 2, Article 65. Option E, Section 2, Article 61. The OPC is explained in Section 2, Article 62. Option will be A. The next question is, which of the following statement is incorrect regarding one person company? Option A, no general meeting is required for OPC. Option B, minimum board meeting is 1 in 6 months and 2 in the whole year. Option C, maximum limit of share capital will be 1 crore. Option D, OPC can never be NBFC or investment company. Option E, all of the statements are correct. So in this question, the basic character of OPC is explained. We have to find which is the not the basic character, and let's check one by one. Option A says no general meeting is required for OPC. This is true. General meeting is occurred between the members of company, and in OPC there is only one member, so no general meeting is required. Option B says minimum board meeting is 1 in 6 months and 2 in the whole year. This is true because the minimum board member is 1 in OPC and maximum will be 15. So, and their board meeting can be 1 in 6 months and 2 in the whole year. Option will be B is true. Maximum limit of share capital will be 1 crore. The data is wrong. It will be 50 lakh. And turnover will be 2 crore in the preceding 3 years. So option of this question will be C. Option D, OPC can never be NBFC or investment company because its turnover will be more than 1 crore. Its share capital will be more than 1 crore. So that's why it cannot be a OPC. So C is the incorrect and it will be the answer of this question. The next question is, which of the following is incorrect regarding conversion of OPC? Option A, OPC lost its status if paid up capital exceed 50 lakh or turnover more than 2 crore in 3 consecutive years. Option B, it can't convert voluntarily to any kind of company unless 3 years have expired from the date of incorporation. Option C, OPC will never convert into Section 8 company. Option D, OPC can't acquire securities of body corporate. And option E, OPC is always a small company but vice versa is not always true. In this question, the conversion of OPC into another company is explained. We have to find out which is not the correct. So let's check option A. OPC lost its status if paid up capital exceed 50 lakh or turnover over more than 2 crore in 3 consecutive years. This is true. If it exceeds its capital from 50 lakh and turnover from 2 crore in the 3 years, it will lose the status of 1% company. So A is true. Option B says it can't convert voluntarily into any kind of company unless 3 years have expired from the date of incorporation. The data is wrong in this question because the data will be 2 years have expired from the date of incorporation. Option C says OPC will never be converted into the Section 8 company. This is true because OPC has one member but the motive is profit, but the Section 8 company's motive is not profit. C is true. Option D says OPC can't acquire securities of body and corporate. Private can do. So because the first member will get divested its own money, not getting the money from the company, from the outsider. Option E says OPC is always a small company but vice versa is not always true. This is true because the basic capital is 50 lakh. So answer of this question will be B. The next question is, which of the following is incorrect regarding nominee if he wants to withdraw from OPC? Option A, nominee is registered under ISC 3 form with registrar of company. Option B, whenever nominee want to withdraw its nomination, he must have to give 15 days prior notice to member of or board of director. Option C, member shall appoint new nominee within 30 days of receipt of notice. Option D, member will inform the registrar of company within the next 30 days about the new nominee. Option E, all the statement is true. In this question, uh, the withdrawal of nominee is explained. We have to find which is not correct. So let's check one by one. First of thing, we have to pay attention on the three types of condition. Three type of situation is happen when nominee is going to withdraw. First, nominee itself want to withdraw its position. When nominee itself want to withdraw its position, first he will give 15 days prior notice to board of the director, and within these 15 days member will choose a new nominee, and after selection of new nominee within 30 days they will inform to registrar of company. The condition number 2, if member want to remove nominee, then they will give prior notice to nominee of 15 days, and within 15 days, within next 30 days they will choose a new nominee, and after 30 days, that means after getting a new nominee 30 days, they will inform to registrar of company under INC for 4. The condition C, if nominee will die or if member will die. If member will die, nominee become member, and within 15 days the member of the company or board of director of the company will get a new nominee, and the caretaker nominee will again the nominee, and the new member will be act as the member of the 1% company. So there are three types of condition. The answer of this question will be, whenever nominee want to withdraw his nomination, he must give the C. The answer of this question will be C. Member shall appoint new nominee within 30 days of receipt of nominee. No, it's a 15 days. The next question is, which of the following statement is incorrect regarding conversion of a company from one person company to private or public company? Option A, from the day OPC go beyond the limit of turnover 2 crore and capital 50 lakh, it's lost its status. Option B, a notice should be given to registrar of company within 60 days from the day of cessation of status. Option C, within 1 year from the cessation, company will convert to either public or private company. Option D, if there is any fault found by ROC, that is the registrar of company, then penalty fined up to either 1 lakh or 1000 per day during which default found. Option E, all this statement is true. In this question, conversion of company from OPC to private or public is explained. We have to find which is not correct. OPC will change into public or private if it will go beyond its limit of turnover or capital. What is the turnover? 2 crore, and the capital 50 lakhs. It will lost its status. Option B, a notice should be given to ROC within 60 days from the day of cessation of status. This is true. 60 days notice is compulsory. Option C, within 1 year from cessation, company will convert to either public or private company. The data is wrong. It will be 6 months, not 1 year. Option D, if there is any fault found by ROC, then penalty fined up either 1 lakh or 1000 per day during which default found. This is true. And what type of fault? That company doesn't inform to registrar of company that their turnover or capital will be exceed, then ROC will penalize the board of directors. The answer of this question will be C. The next question is, which of the following statement is correct regarding one-person company? Option A, minimum authorized capital will be 1 lakh. Option B, limited liability protection to director and shareholder. Option C, company audit and annual compliance to ROC. Option D, complete control of the company with the single owner. Option E, all the statement is true. That is the basic character of a company or one person company explained. We have to find the correct. So minimum authorized capital will be 1 lakh. This is true. Limited liability protection to director and shareholder. This is true. Company audit and annual compliance to ROC must be given. This is true for all types of company. Complete control of the company with the single owner. This is true because there is only one member. So all these statements is true. Answer of this question will be E. The next question is, which of the following document is called the charter of company? Option A, memorandum of association. Option B, article of association. Option C, annual financial statement. Option D, prospectus. Option E, director notes. So director notes is just a basic notification about the company. Prospectus is called the biodata of the company. Annual financial statement is the financial health indicator of company. Article of association is the internal book, rule book of the company. And memorandum of association is called the charter of company, constitution of company, or Magna Carta of the company. The option will be A, memorandum of association. The next question is, which of the following is not the clause of memorandum of association? Option A, name. Option B, object. Option C, registered office. Option D, liability. Option E, employee. The memorandum of association contains 5 clauses which must explain about the name of the company, what is the motto of the company, that is the object of company, registered office of the company, liabilities of the company, and the capital of the company. The answer of this question will be E, which is not mentioned is the clause of memorandum of association. The next question is, which of the following table is not used in the formation of MOA? Table A, table B, table C, table F, or table D? Memorandum of association contains 5 clauses for 5 table, which start from A to E. Table A, table B, table C, table D, or table E. Table F is not present in memorandum of association. It present in article of association. The answer of this question will be D. And this is the last question of part 3. Name the document in which the rule and regulation of the company is mentioned. Memorandum of association, article of association, annual financial statement, prospectus, director notes. The answer will be B, article of association. The whole company will be managed through this book. It explains the hierarchy, the work culture, and the position of every officer in the company. Thank you for watching it. The PDF will be provided in our Telegram group.